guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm here with my April TBR, kind of, sort of. Okay, so I have been noticing on YouTube, on BookTube, that there has been a bunch of talk about an O.W.L Readathon for the entire month of April. So I looked it up, and it turns out Book Roast is doing this readathon that she thought of because she's always wanted to take the O.W.Ls. So she made up a list of all of the subjects that you can take, as well as a bunch of different descriptions of books that can fit into those subjects. Her goal here is to get us to read, if we're overachievers, at least 5 books in the month of April. And I thought it'd be kind of fun because I have a stack of books that I want to finish before I go on our trip in June. And I thought this would be a great way to start working our way through them. So they're not in order next to me. They're like right here. They're not in order, but I do have my list. And I have a couple of them I don't know what to do with yet. And if I have time, I will find a book that fits them. But these are the ones that I know for sure that I want to read this month that fit into these categories. The first one is Ancient Runes, and it is a book with a symbol on the cover. I do not have that particular one yet, unless you count something like this. So this is one of the books I'm going to read, and it's got a little symbol up on the top corner. And so unless something like this would count, if I get through the 2 books that I have in this series, I will add another book to the series and use that for that Ancient Runes one. But as of right now, I don't have anything for Ancient Runes just yet. The next one is Arithmancy, and it's a book with a number on the cover or in the title. For that, I'm going to use the only manga I have, or only, that's not manga, only graphic novel I have in this particular set so far, and that's I Hate Fairyland Volume 1. And because there's a 1 at the bottom here, it is, to me, it'll work. And this is about a little girl who got trapped in Fairyland, and she wanted to go home, and the Queen of Fairyland told her that she could go home as soon as she found her door. It's been like 30 years and she hasn't found her door yet, and she's kind of pissy now. And she kind of tears up Fairyland in the process. I think it sounds funny, and I think it'd be a great palate cleanser for the rest of my books. Who knows, I may read all 3 of them, but as of right now, I only plan to read 1. The next book on the list is Astronomy, and it's to read a science fiction. Now, I am doing these backwards apparently. They're all on the bottom of my stack. For my science fiction book, I want to read Obsidia. So I have already read the first 2 books in the series, and I absolutely love them. And so I wanted to be able to add this book to the set of books that I am currently reading. The next challenge, the 4th challenge, is Care of Magical Creatures, and that is a book that has magical creatures in it. And for this, I am cheating a little bit because I've already started this one, but this is my current audiobook, and it is Lost Heroes. It's the Heroes of Olympus, which is the 2nd set of the Percy Jackson books, and I want to finish this. So this is my Care of Magical Creatures book. The next book is Charms, and it is a fantasy book. Well, most of the books in this stack are fantasy. I just kind of had to pick which ones went where. For this one is another book that I am currently reading, and it's Air of Fire. This is the 3rd book in the Throne of Glass series, and I am about halfway through it. I don't know if you can see my markers right there. So again, this is cheating a little bit because I've already started it, but I still want to get it done, and I still have half the book left. So I'm like, oh, I might as well just use this as one of my books. So this is going to be my fantasy book. Okay, and then the next one is Defense Against the Dark Arts, and it's about or featuring a secret group, society, or club. I want to read God's Grave, and I know God's Grave is about assassins, and I read Nevernight, and Nevernight had you going to a special school of assassinship, and it's kind of like a little club they have going on. It's part of the church, and I figured that a church of assassins would work for this one, and this is another one of the books that I've read the first one of, but have not read the second one, and I want to finish this before I leave. The next one is Divinations, which is a book about a prophecy, and I picked the second book in the Heroes of Olympus series because all of the Percy Jackson books deal with prophecies, and so I thought this would be perfect since I'm already working on the series. I'll just pick up the next book in the series. Herbology is the next one, and this one is read a book that has nature-related words in the title. So for this one, I picked Emperor of Storms, Empire of Storms, not Emperor, Empire of Storms, and this is the fifth book in the Throne of Glass series. I am currently on the third, so this is the fifth, but you can guess where the fourth one might be. So this one, it says storms, it's nature. They pretty much all work for this because they pretty much all have some nature aspect in the title, but I thought this one would be good. The next one is History of Magic, and that is to read a historical fiction. And I know it's a gender bender version of it, but I want to read Now I Rise. I already read Anna Darkin, and I know the third one is going to be coming out soon, and so I want to get caught up on the series, which just seems to be pretty much what I'm working on right now. Is every book in here is a series that I'm already in. So I'm finishing a series, I'm reading the next book in the series, yada 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 yada. Get what I'm saying? So this is my historical fiction book. The next one's Muggle Studies, and that is to read a Muggle nonfiction book. I do have one Muggle nonfiction book that I would read. It's about a serial killer, but I'm not sure if I'm going to get there, so I did not bring it out. But if I do read it, I will have it in the vlog. You will see me doing it. But that is if I get through every other book on this list. And so the chances are I will not read that one, so I crossed it out because it's not a plan for me to read. The next one is Potions, and it is dealing with alchemy. And because I have no idea if I have any alchemy books, I did not pick a book for this either. Again, if I'm finished the list I already have, I will find a rune book, I will find an alchemy book. I'm sure I have one because I know I read about alchemy before. I just don't know what I have that's alchemy. But I know I have to have something because I've got books on every other subject. And then the last one is Transfiguration, and that one is read a book that deals with transfiguration, shapeshifting, or anything similar, or has a cat in the cover. And for that one, I'm going to do Queen of Shadows, because in this world, all Fae are able to transfigure themselves into something else. So I figured it was a safe bet that there's going to be some sort of transfiguration in this book, considering that it's been talked about and we've seen it in the book that I'm in. So I can't imagine that the next one's going to be any different. And this one's jacked up. I must have done that on one of our trips because I don't know what happened. But that's it. That's my entire list. I also want to read Tower of Dawn, but I don't have that physical copy yet. And then I also want to read Assassin's Blade, but again, that's not really, it doesn't really fit into any of the challenges. And it's also one of the books that if I don't get to this month, it's not going to break my heart. I want to get through the main series, and then if I get to the short story and if I get to Tower of Dawn, that's great. But all the books I have already fit on my list. And I actually made little crib sheets so I would remember which ones were which, because several of them qualify for several of the challenges, but we're supposed to read one book for each of the challenges and not double up. So I have 9 books on my list. I read 9 books this month. I can read 9 books next month. And today's the 1st, so I have, starting tomorrow, I will start trying to vlog and let you guys know what's going on, and I'll probably give you guys weekly updates. I probably won't do like a month-long one, I'll probably do weekly long ones. But I thought that sounded like fun. I thought it'd be a more interesting way of doing my TBR for this month. And I usually don't do a TBR, but I've been thinking about it a lot, and I have all these books that I wanted to get to that are part of series, and I figured I might as well just read all those books now, and that way when I'm on our huge vacation, I can just pick something from my Kindle, and I will do another video later on and show you my Kindle and everything I have on it that could possibly be read while I'm gone. But for now, that's it. And I hope you guys have a great day. I would love to hear what you guys are reading in April, and if you're taking advantage of the O.W.L Readathon with book roast as well. I'll talk to you later. Bye.